Is there such a thing as ultimate phone design? That was my first thought as I held the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra and turned it over in my hand. Surely it's lost a bit of identity as it shed the last vestiges of Galaxy Note design and adopted the more familiar and blockier look of its Galaxy S breathing. The Galaxy S25 Ultra looks not only more like all other S25 phones in the lineup but more like an iPhone than ever before. I don't consider this mimicry. Instead, as I noted above, there may in fact an ultimate smartphone design, and for the Ultra line this shift was inevitable. A moment of sadness, though, for the once iconic Galaxy Note that owned the flagship designation in both looks and functionality. It was the only smartphone virtually industry-wide that included an integrated stylus. Somehow, Samsung has managed this slimmer, lighter and squarer makeover without losing space for the S Pen, which alone is an achievement worth celebrating. However, people are done talking about the new design, including a slightly larger screen than the S24 Ultra. They will likely become obsessed with the deeply integrated AI experience. With the S25 line, Samsung has effectively blurred the lines between Galaxy AI Bixby's system-level AI actions and Google's Gemini's generative AI capabilities. And Samsung isn't shy about presenting its partners' capabilities. They are accessible through a long press of the power button, and while the connections between Gemini, Google's apps, and Samsung's apps isn't always seamless and automatic, when it works, it's smooth and quite useful. There are promises in here of a deeper understanding of you by watching not just what you do on the phone but how Samsung connected wearables like Galaxy Rings, Galaxy Watch and SmartThings accessories gather data and understanding of your physical and smart home-based activities. Ultimately, that information is presented as part of now brief home screen widgets that give you, among other things, morning and evening briefs. That tracking might sound scary if Samsung hadn't worked closely with silicon partner Qualcomm to ensure that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 8 Elite for Galaxy has a silicon core that's devoted to your personal data engine, and if it weren't for Samsung's liberal use of its Knox security both of the phone and across its ecosystem of devices. In my time reviewing the S25 Ultra, I saw some personal insights in my briefs but not enough for them to be meaningful. I think this is the kind of feature that will bear fruit after weeks of using the phone and essentially training the AI to understand you. AI can be found sprinkled throughout the system, including in photography, which is a good thing since Samsung has done little to upgrade the physical camera array. Of the 5 cameras, only one got an upgrade, the ultra-wide, which is now a 50-megapixel camera. On the other hand, Samsung has upgraded its Pro Visual engine, and as a result, photography is generally even better than on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. And if your photographic skills aren't up to snuff, you can now ask Gemini to suggest changes based on the quality of your own photos. There are more powerful tools for generating AI images and making AI alterations to existing photographs. Sketch to image is more powerful than ever, and I found that using the S Pen with sketch to image generated incredibly realistic AI editions. Samsung's AI integration also extends to sound. It can recognize music playing in a video or hummed by you, and it's also adept at cleaning up messy audio in videos you shoot. This is a better looking, faster, smarter and longer lasting Ultra than any that's come before it, and it still costs the same $199 US. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra was unveiled at Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked event on January 22. It's available to pre-order now in a choice of 4 colors wherever to buy: titanium silver blue, titanium white silver, titanium grey and titanium black, and 3 more that are exclusive to the Samsung store: titanium jet green, titanium pink gold and titanium jet black. The phone ships in either 256GB or 512GB or 1TB storage configurations, and every variant comes with 12GB of RAM. Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra will begin shipping on February 7 for the following prices. The 256GB variant is $1,299 US, 512GB price is $1,499 US, and 1TB is $1,659 US. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra drops the Galaxy Note look, completely replacing it with a look that reflects the Galaxy S aesthetic found across the S25 line, although it's not an exact replica of those phones. Yes, it has a flat titanium band wrapping around the body, but the corners are slightly squarer than those of the Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus. Compared to the S24 Ultra, this phone is at 162.8 by 77.6 by 8.2mm, slightly taller but also narrower and thinner. It's also considerably lighter at 218 grams compared to the S24 Ultra's 232 grams. That's the difference I noticed when I held the phone in my hand, and yes, that's lighter than Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max, which weighs in at 227 grams. I give Samsung credit here for making a lighter phone that somehow still has room for the 5000 mAh battery and to stow the S Pen. Despite the significant changes alteration, there aren't a lot of other design changes. The volume rocker and power sleeve or Gemini button are in the same relative position, while Samsung has shifted the antenna cutout from that side to the top of the opposite edge. On the bottom is the same USB-C charging and data port, a wide slot for the base speaker, the S Pen slot, and a SIM slot. That last slot is notable because while Apple's iPhone line in the US only offers eSIM support, the S25 Ultra offers a standard SIM and eSIM and includes dual SIM support. While the S25 Ultra's body is titanium, the front and back are swaddled in Gorilla Glass Armor 2, which includes the extra protection of ceramic. However, while this material might protect the phone from drops, it's still not scratch proof, and even though I have taken extreme care with my review unit, I'm still noticing some long scratches on the display. They are not deep and they are not noticeable when the screen is off. Still, I wait the day when a smartphone manufacturer can deliver a truly scratch-proof display. Overall, I like the new look and feel of the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and I don't mind that it's lost a bit of its distinctive Note aesthetic. This is a big screen handset that I enjoy holding and using. Samsung has managed to make the Galaxy S25 Ultra screen 6.9 inches, that's 0.1 inches larger than the S24 Ultra's screen, and it's all thanks to a 15% smaller bezel surrounding the display. This change to the screen size is almost the full extent of changes between the S24 Ultra and S25 Ultra. It's still a Quad HD Plus display that's capable of running 3120 by 1440 pixels, which is higher res than the iPhone 16 Pro Max's 2868 by 1320 Super Retina XDR display. You won't see that S25's Quad HD Plus resolution though unless you dig into setting and switch from the default Full HD Plus resolution, and there's a good reason to leave well enough alone, as the Full HD Plus resolution looks excellent in most situations and you will get better battery life by sticking with the lower resolution. This is still an adaptive refresh rate display, auto switching from 1Hz to 120Hz on an as needed basis. Again, you can save a bit of battery life by switching to 60Hz, but the buttery smooth motion is, in my opinion, worth the trade-off. There is one notable update that's not to the display itself, but the display is where you will see it. ProScaler is an image upscaling technology adapted from Samsung's TV Tech. The ability to upscale any lower resolution content is powered by silicon and might come in handy if, say, you are playing an old game or watching an old video on the Quad HD Plus screen. It's a beautiful, perfectly flat screen, and unlike on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, there's no large island cutout for cameras, sensors, and information. Instead, there's just a small circular cutout for the 12-megapixel front-facing camera, and it's not something you notice while watching movies, playing games, browsing the web, or engaging with Gemini. Underneath the screen is an ultrasonic fingerprint reader. I initially only registered my thumb, but found that the scanner sometimes struggled to read my print. My skin is incredibly dry right now, so that might have contributed to the flakiness. Later, I registered multiple digits and found better luck with an index finger. I also used a pin and my face to unlock the phone. The integrated S Pen looks, feels and essentially works the same as the S Pen in the S24 Ultra, but with one notable difference: it no longer has Bluetooth Low Energy support. This means that some of the long distance remote control features no longer work. You can't use them button on the Pen 2, for instance, advanced lights. Samsung told me they removed BLE support because so few people were using the related features, and I can say that I didn't miss it in my tests. In general, I'm a big fan of the S Pen. It's thin and small but a worthy drawing implement. I used it in notes, sketchbook and sketch to image, and it's also good for note taking. I was impressed by how effortlessly Samsung Notes could convert my scroll to accurate text. At a glance, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra camera area looks unchanged from the S24 Ultras, but Samsung has given the array a visual upgrade. All the lenses now appear to almost float above the chassis. It's a neat effect, but for the most part it's a skin-deep alteration, and Samsung has left almost all the camera aspects unchanged. Here is what you will find on the S25 Ultra. You get the same 200 megapixel main sensor, 50 megapixel 5x telephoto, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, and 12 megapixel front shooter found on Samsung's previous Ultra model. The only new camera of the bunch is the 50 megapixel ultra wide. More pixels here mean better low light performance for ultra wide shots and more detailed macro shots. As evidenced in my test, this is mostly because the camera defaults to bind shooting, which means it's combining roughly 4 pixels for each one in the final image. Similarly, you will do most of your 200 megapixel main camera shooting in a pixel binned 12 megapixel mode. Here are some camera samples of Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra is the best Android phone you can buy right now. Interacting with AI has never felt more natural or useful. In addition, the phone's gorgeous screen, helpful S Pen, solid battery life, and class-leading power all contribute to Samsung's most well-rounded offering. Top-tier cameras with exceptional zoom merely top it all off. You can get a similar overall experience from the Galaxy S25 Plus and the Pixel 9 Pro XL for less money, but with a slightly smaller screen and without the stylus. For anyone seeking the ultimate Android phone too, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is our editor's choice winner.